Detecting talk of the day, 3:56 a.m. on September the 7th. Folk, yeah. I got rid of a YouTuber on my channel who come in and put a diatribe in telling me that I didn't understand the vortex and the two-tone option put on it with this version 9.11. Oh, I understand it very well. You know, there is a principle out there called the KISS principle. Pretty good little principle, you know. I wouldn't expect to see a machine turned on in two tones. It wouldn't have a default disc, whereas the other tone options on a machine would, okay? Why would you do that exactly? Now, what about this vortex? You know, I don't have a vortex. I've never had a damn vortex. But I ask questions of people that do have a vortex. Well, here's something for the old folks at Garland, Texas. If I'm understanding correctly, talking to one user, every time you turn that machine off, when you turn it back on, you got to go back in and set the damn thing up using a factory program. And the machine has a reset option. So Garrett, why can't you set that machine up a lot like the Equinox and the Manicore that my lab makes, where it's defaulted to last settings used when turned off, when turned back on? In doing so, that would give people more safe slots, wouldn't it? And naturally, if they decide that they either A, forget how they had it set up, or want to start from scratch, they just reset the machine, which you have a reset option on that machine from what I understand. Makes perfect sense to me. Time is valuable. You don't get time back. When you start adding up the 90 seconds, the 3 minutes, or whatever time it takes to go back and redo the same thing over and over and over again for a period of 2 to 3 or 4, 5, 6 years, what happens? Cumulative, it all adds up. Right? Now, Mr. Dankowski has put another comment on that thread talking about this possibly new pen pointer coming out. It may be a multi-frequency. It may be multi-frequency and selectable single frequency. How about that? I can't tell for sure. What else might this pen pointer do? I have no inside information. Could it have a noise cancel button on it? Or a noise cancel feature? I don't know. Be a good idea. I'm not too much into iron discrimination with a pen pointer, but you know, you never know. It may have that. Okay? A better tool to use. Especially using some of these more modern detectors. Of course, that DS1, you know, with that high frequency call, you know, you could use a pen pointer like they're probably making. I don't know who's making this. I would suspect Minelab. And this pen pointer would do what? In a sense, obsolete all of the rest VLF pen pointers. How about that? Remember that word obsolete? So that is going to conclude the detecting talk of the day.